So some of the designers we work with, I'll name a few. So we work with Seema Gajral, we work with Nitka Gajral, we work with Vivani Vat, we work with Dolly J, we work with Papa Don't Preach, and there's a few more that we're adding to the list that we're in talks with. Those I'll save for later. I'm not gonna mention their names yet. We're gonna keep it a surprise, a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah. You can see the look in Vic's face. All the designers just flew.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Wedding SZN podcast for another special episode here at Eminence Entertainment Headquarters. And today we have Varun from Sia Bridal and The Minimalist.
Hi, guys.
As we discussed, guys, we have Sia Bridal in the house. So, Varun, thanks for coming. So, let's start with Sia. Where did Sia start?
So Sia started about 23 years ago. It was two brothers, my dad and his brother. His name is Ravi and Bhushan. They started about 23 years ago, and it all started in a basement. My parents, they used to work in a full-time job at a factory. And then after the factory, they used to come home and then prep for their whole secondary part-time business. Which
so
was
like a side hustle.
So it was a side hustle. It started off with a side hustle.
As all great businesses start.
As all great businesses
You would know.
It's the great immigrant story.
It's a great immigrant story.
Yeah.
And then so we started about with 15, 20 outfits only. And then every day after work, they would go to every single shop that was here. Whether it was the Indian community, the Sri Lankan community, the Pakistani community, they'll go door knocking, asking them if they wanted supply. Slowly, we kept building and building our contacts. And then our basement grew from 15 outfits to about 1,000 outfits. And we renovated our basement and everything, so it's like a full wholesaler showroom. It wasn't open to public. It was only for wholesale.
And how long from when you started to when that showroom was made? How long did that take?
From the basement to the showroom, it took about 7-8 years.
Okay. It's a long time.
It was a long grind. It was 7-8 years, long grind. And even when we opened our when we opened our bridal unit, when we opened our store, it was only wholesale.
Okay.
So we weren't open to the public. We were allowing friends and family to come, but we were only wholesaling. So we were supplying like most of the stores in the GTA, most of the stores, and we were supplying all over Canada. So we supplied to stores in Montreal.
How many times during all of that did you want to give up?
Many times. I wasn't in that situation when that was happening.
I mean, Sia,
so just
now you are Sia now.
Yeah.
So when I say you, I'm talking about Sia. You are.
So just a side note.
You grew up in that, right?
I grew up in that. I've seen the struggle. I've seen how.
So how was that? How was it seeing, your dad and your chacha, I think it was?
Chacha,
yeah. So how was it like seeing your dad and your chacha? Like, yeah, cool. They're supposed to be at home spending time with the kids, but no, they're out grinding. How was that experience?
For me, it was normal.
Yeah.
Just because
you didn't know any better.
We didn't know any better. We were little kids. But what I could say is that there were late nights.
Yeah.
Late nights. My parents would be in the basement till 2 o'clock just because they worked until 6 p.m.
Yep.
And then they had to come home and then set up and then accounting for all the appointments, like the wholesalers that were coming in to buy our stuff. So it was late nights all the time. But we used to live together. So my chacha and my dad, we lived together for about 13 years.
Oh, nice.
So we had 2 families in the house. So in terms of food and everything was taken care of. So we didn't feel like, we were like not getting taken care of.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, it worked out for us.
Understood. And then when did Sia become Sia Bridal?
Sia Bridal became Sia Bridal this year.
Okay.
This is the first year Sia became Sia Bridal this year.
I guess that takes me to our next question. But just a side note here, guys. So I did go to Varun's, I think, 13th birthday party, and I still remember in the basement, all of us, we're all in the basement running around boxes. So
how do you guys know each other?
So Varun and I went to high school together, and we've known each other since I was in grade 8. And that brings me back to the point again. I was invited to his birthday party, and I still remember there's boxes of clothes. And at that point, you don't realize, right?
Yeah,
you didn't realize that. I mean, we knew his parents are doing that, but so that's another thing, hiding in those boxes. So I have a part in Sia too, guys.
And on behalf of Eminence, we apologize that you had to tolerate him for so long. We'll try to do better, but.
So that brings me to the next point. So now, Sia Importers became Sia
Bridal,
right?
Correct.
So how are now the chacha and dad started? Now you have your first cousin. Now it's you. How are the kids getting involved and taking things to the next step?
So what we are involved in, it was taking the bridal section to the next level.
When you say we, who's we?
It's me. So right now, currently, it's me and my brother who are doing this. So I
Okay.
take care of all bridal wear, and he takes care of all men's and jewelry.
Got you.
Dope.
So we're trying to take the bridal wear because we've always been in the game for what, over 20 years now. But our bridal wear game wasn't like it hasn't has the biggest presence.
Okay.
So we want to elevate it to the next level, and what we did to elevate it to the next level was we brought in like designers from India, like the most famous designers from India, like the biggest of the biggest, and we brought them here, and we turned our studio into a multi-designer studio.
And it's beautiful, guys. It's actually like so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Just,
I haven't seen the new one yet, so
It's so
I haven't
beautiful.
seen the new one.
Side note, just me took me there like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I have to get my stuff done.
Yeah. No,
So hold on. So okay, so you saw it like before the
Yeah.
conversion happened. So
Yeah.
what did you think of it, seeing it for the second time now?
It's like a bride's dreams. Like when we walked in, I straight told Sukha, I'm like, we need to get married again. Because I need to experience this because it's a legit experience.
So you heard that one? We're gonna do the wedding all over again, part 2.
10 year anniversary.
Does this
Okay,
mean another? Does this mean another Suck DJ performance?
Soak DJ, I love it.
I love it. But yeah, no, it's the thing that really stood out to me about their showroom is that like you go in and like I kept saying this that day too. Like it's a very say yes to the dress like type of
situation.
vibe.
I'm gonna pretend like I know what that
and
means.
I
I have no
You
idea what that
probably have
means.
no idea.
Shout out to TLC.
Yeah. Legit, but like for us, like I think brides especially, like from what I've experienced on both ends, but like brides put a lot of time and effort into like what they're gonna look like. Like from day one, you pretty much start thinking about what your wedding's gonna be like and all this other good stuff. So like shout out to these guys, but they did an amazing job with every little detail, like down to like the lighting and just like what the clothes were even hung up on. Like I was obsessed.
So now that was her reaction after seeing it for the second time, but you walked into that showroom for the first time. What did you think?
no, man. To be honest with you, so
What were your expectations of them, and like what?
So
What did you get?
Guys are a lot different though. So keep
like,
that in mind.
dude, we went there and again, it's like family, right? So we walk in and like everyone's cool, but I walked in and it was like I thought it was like a typical Indian store. And then he took me, he's like, oh no, wait, the guy stuff and the bridal stuff is upstairs.
Okay.
So he took me upstairs and it was like a completely different shop. It was a completely different vibe. Upstairs is more like, one-on-one kind of service. It's more like,
It's exclusive almost.
I'd compare it to like if you ever go to a high-end suit store,
Okay.
and there's like suits lined up all around. That's the vibe that I got. It's the same idea but for Indian clothes, right? Because I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
So again, this is my first time shopping for Indian clothes. I also don't have the patience for this. So like
I was having the time of my life.
I don't have the patience for it, right? So
Yeah.
I went in there. I'm like, okay, listen. I called Suka. I'm like, let's go. And then he brought Jasmeet, obviously,
Okay.
right? And
Which
he
was the right move.
Which
We
was
also
the
did
completely
that.
right move.
Which was the right move.
He was useless. So
He
he
literally
was useless.
Had no, yeah.
So then,
The guys.
whatever, we went, and again, I don't have the patience for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like a dope experience. Like I enjoyed it. We ended up spending 3-4 hours there. I
3-4
think,
hours.
right?
I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like it.
Yeah,
I
no,
hate I hate going to like clothes shopping.
Yeah.
I'm like the type of person that just buys something online. If it doesn't fit, throw it into the closet. Otherwise, I'll wear it. But even I'm wanting to like show up and check this out, right? Like this sounds like
We made it upscale because we want the groom or the bride. We want you to feel the experience. We want you to.
Yeah. Like it felt very exclusive. Like
And
all of his outfits, all the outfits that they chose, it was like intentional. It wasn't. You didn't felt like it was a wholesaler vibe, like you were saying. Like each outfit was there for a reason.
so how was the response been to the new store, to the new brand, the brand update?
Since we opened up, honestly, the response has been crazy. It's been overwhelming, but we slowly, honestly, guys, if we haven't replied to your emails and stuff, sorry. We're trying. We're slowly gonna get to every single email. Since we opened up, thank you for all the love, you guys.
Don't worry, I'm gonna drop your address at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Drop
Yeah.
that. Thanks for all the love you guys have been sharing, man.
So-
if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here today.
Varun, let's go back to I know you said designers. right?
Yes.
I mean, when it comes to Indian bridal wear or groomsmen, I mean, guys, again, let's be completely honest, we really don't
I
care.
have no idea.
Right? We need a.
Actually, I've learned the last couple months. I've learned a little
You've
bit.
learned because
Yeah.
now
A
that
little
you're getting married in a couple of
I
months.
mean,
Yeah,
he knows how
exactly.
to say like
So-
certain fabrics
Certain
now, so
fabrics.
that like that was a big
We
deal.
learned that day. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for our brides here, so name some of the designers that you're working on and how you implemented that into the business to expand it.
So some of the designers we work with, I'll name a few. So we work with Sia Bridal, we work with Nitka Gadral, we work with Vivani Vats, we work with Dolly J, we work with Papa Don't Preach, and there's a few more that we're adding to the list that we're in talks with. Those I'll save for later. I'm not gonna mention their names yet. We're gonna keep it a surprise, a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
You can see the look in Vic's face. All the designer just flew.
Yeah. That was a foreign language to me. That
The
was
ladies will know all the designers. It's pretty much
So our
like
brides
going
will
to
know
Gucci
this.
or going to Valentino. Or
It's like,
the same thing.
Just
but-
me smile just got bigger
I
and
was
bigger
like,
and bigger.
I'm telling you, we need to get married again. Is what I'm saying.
Saka line academy ready to.
No,
So,
like they were
Varun,
beautiful.
so what's the experience like? So, do people just walk in? Do they have to make an appointment? How does all of that kind of stuff work?
So it's all appointment based.
Okay.
You can book an appointment online, or you can email us, or you can WhatsApp me, and we'll book an appointment for you.
So that's how you make an appointment.
Yeah.
But how far out should a groom or a bride start making appointments, or should they start looking into their outfits for their wedding?
So they should start 6 to 8 months before their wedding.
Not
Okay.
2 months, guys.
Yeah. Don't be like your
Don't be good.
Don't
He was looking at you when he said 6 to 8 months.
But he said 6 8 months. I'm like, dude, I walked in last
Gurdeep
week.
is an exception.
Yeah, I walked in last week. I'm like, yo, dude,
Orders.
this is
So
happening.
orders for brides tend to take a lot longer because there's more embroidery. It's
Alterations.
a lot more.
More
a lot more
bridezillas,
fabric,
Yeah.
more
alterations and
bridezillas,
stuff like that as well.
Don't be afraid to call him out.
Bridezilla.
Yeah.
There's all types of brides. There's all types of
He's
brides.
like, what bridezilla?
So for
We'll
us
deal
to
with
deliver
those.
an outfit for a bride, it could take anywhere from 2 to 4.5 months.
Okay.
So the reason why I said 6 to 8 months is because you want to have at least a month or a month and a half, 2 months to have that leeway time to make sure everything is okay. You want to make sure everything fits right, your color is right, your neckline is right. You want to make sure everything is perfect, spot on.
Okay.
So that's why you should have at least 2 months before your wedding to make sure everything is
And like
perfect.
with brides, like you also have to keep in mind, it's not just the outfit, right? It's all the accessories that go along with it, like the jewelry and all this other stuff. Like you're not gonna find that in the first shop.
That's
that
a
you
really
go
good
into,
point.
right?
Makes sense.
So it's like if you don't have your outfit, there's really no way for you to get the rest of the stuff done. So that's
Gotcha.
just kind of like the jumping block, essentially.
And what about for grooms then? How far out should they be figuring
Well,
things out?
let's go grooms and then the
Yeah.
grooms.
Okay, you want to go
Yeah.
grooms first? So
Yeah.
grooms,
Yeah.
I would give them the same timeline just because they're never going to follow it.
Yeah.
We're so lazy. You tell them 6 to 8
That's
months.
true.
All right.
Call them out, call them
Yeah.
out.
Let's not even talk to the other
We're not
grooms.
even looking at anybody.
Let's not talk to the other grooms out there.
Yeah.
Let's talk to this one right here for a second. Call him out on this. How are you gonna get his outfit done for his wedding? What is the time crunch now? What,
He's lucky he's in good hands. He's
Well
number
played,
one,
sir.
Well played.
Very
Well
good.
good hands.
Well played.
So we have orders that are due in like August, September, October. So those
Okay.
ones I'm just gonna have to push back a little bit and then expedite his outfit.
Okay.
So we rarely do that.
So we're not gonna worry the grooms that have weddings in August, September, October. Their outfits are not gonna be late. We're just gonna work on them a little bit later. That's what you're trying to say. right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, dope.
Okay, so now I know we're talking about outfits. Again, this is obviously a question for you and just me over here. So what are the current bridal trends or any color schemes?
So 2023 trends. or anything like
2023
that.
trends, I'll tell you guys, it's been really earthy tones, rustic colorways, the vintage vibes. This has been, if you guys know Rimpo and Heartbeat, it's been a lot of Rimpo and Heartbeat vibes. It's been a lot of Marwa Couture. It's been a lot of Balgale vibes.
Again, I think you should be
Those ones,
talking to
you
just
know
me.
those ones?
You guys, for the girls, for the
We know
girls,
those ones, right? Yeah.
for the girls that know, it's
Yeah.
a lot of those type of vibes. So very earthy tones, like I said, orangey, rusty colorways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very vintage vibes. Like they're trying to bring that back.
Yeah.
I'd say like 90% of my brides and grooms have been leading that direction or booking outfits that sort of have those colors in.
And what about next year? So like, say someone's really like, because
On the
a lot
wall,
of the wedding planning for this
Yeah.
year has already been done, right?
Pretty much
And
done,
what
yeah.
about for next year? Like, do you see a trend that's already forming, or which way it's gonna?
So-
you think it's gonna go?
So I always tell my clients, trends always change. So follow your personality. If you're a simple person, go for a simple outfit. If you're in
That
between,
part.
go for in
Dope,
between. If you're a heavy person, you want something like all,
Yeah.
all out, go for something all out.
Okay, so you know how I look jacked, right? Everyone knows. So what would you dress me in? Like, what do
For
you
something for you, if you want to look more jacked, I'll put something more simpler on you.
think? Okay.
So that way, there's not much detail covering all the elements of your body. Like
All the
you want your
muscles.
chest
So
So
out.
you're saying
All
I'm
the
not
muscles.
jacked just in case I want to look jacked.
So-
That's fine. You're taking
And-
a shot.
That
If you're not jacked, then you go for. If you're not jacked, go for. Like
I'm gonna
full
make a
embroidery to hide
I'm
everything.
gonna make a point here, okay? Especially now times COVID and after this and the whole visa bullshit, I would say.
Yeah.
So what are your things of people saying, okay, Nyane India jaake aapa tade vyah da saman chakna, right? So is there a point of going to India? And the other thing is a guy like Vic who's jacked and it comes back, and if it's messed up,
Yeah, what are you
There's no
gonna do?
insurance.
What are you
There's no
gonna do?
insurance
so
on
what's
that.
your what's your call?
Exactly.
What's your take on that?
So we get that all the time. So now since we sell designer wear, our prices are the same as what they would sell. So our prices are the same if you were buy it here or if you were go to India. So now we really save you. We're saving you a plane ticket. On top of that, it's not even that. On top of that, you get full insurance with us.
Yeah.
So if anything goes wrong with your outfit, we're responsible.
Oh, true.
If
thought
sizing's
about
not right, we're responsible. So in a way, you get full insurance. If you go to India and you buy something and it doesn't come right, no one's responsible for that.
Yeah.
I think we can add the funny story of Mr. Neil Nidger. I think it was 2 hours before his jago. We were running in back of Sia Bridal. I still remember where his yellow jacket wasn't fitting.
Yellow jacket.
And there's
wasn't
like,
fitting.
there's sweet as auntie. There's like 2 of them working on Neil, but Neil's a little big boy too, right? So again, back to your point, it's just the sizing becomes an issue,
It was taken
Yeah.
care of.
and sometimes people don't get their stuff on time. So
Exactly. So
where with
all
you
of
guys,
those issues happen.
Yeah.
With us, you get full insurance. So if anything goes wrong, we take care of it. And then we have 2 tailors always in the back full time.
Yeah.
So in terms of if any bride or groom needs alterations, they're
So-
there
Yeah.
for them. They're
On
there.
that note, Neil coming in last minute, getting an alteration done, right? And with your insurance policy that you give on your outfits, give us a horror story that where a bride or a groom is coming in like last minute to get something done that they should have got done like way
Months
ahead of
ago.
time that you took control of and you took care of.
So recently, what happened was we had a bride come in.
And don't be afraid to drop names.
I won't drop. I won't drop no names, but we had a bride come in January first
Yeah.
week. She ordered an outfit from India. It came in. She didn't like it. She was actually from Edmonton, so she didn't like how it fit. She didn't like her outfit at all.
Okay.
She only had 13 days for her entire outfit. So she basically
Okay.
she didn't like any of her outfits.
Oh wow.
She had 13 days to pick a bridal outfit, a reception outfit, a jago, and a sangeet outfit.
Well, she.
That's a
wow.
Oh,
nightmare.
so yeah, we need
So
to
that's
break
a
that down.
super
Just
horror
in
story.
case someone
Biggest
is
fear.
not South Asian and they're listening
Yeah.
to this podcast, we wear like 13 different outfits
Yeah.
in those
Yeah.
like 6 days.
It's not just one
yeah,
dress.
just
Yeah.
that one dress.
No.
Okay.
So that's an extremely horror story because if you don't have none of your outfits, I would be
The wedding
scared.
is canceled.
So
At
wedding
that
is-
point, it's done, yeah.
what happened in the end then?
yeah.
So luckily we had full inventory at that time, and then she just picked something off the rack. We had to alter it. She needed to be altered. So luckily our tailors were at the store, so they altered everything for her, made sure everything was perfect,
Yeah.
and then we sent her home happy.
And you said she's from Edmonton, so that means you cater across Canada, across the world. Like anyone can reach out to you. It's not just for people that are in the GTA.
Correct.
And do you guys do virtual appointments?
So we do virtual appointments for anyone that's not in
Yeah.
in town, and then we offer
we know that firsthand, right?
and we offer worldwide shipping to it anywhere.
I'm in the shop, just me saying, try this on. I have Jasmine on the phone on FaceTime. I'm trying to, hey, what does this
Yeah.
look? She's like, hey, can you step to the right, step to the left? It was like chaos, but we
Yes.
made it happen.
So just,
Yeah, there you
just
go.
me, discussions directed towards you. You've gotten married. So as someone who's married, what are your some tricks?
Tips
As
and tricks.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. Some tricks as a couple to plan their outfit and go from there.
So essentially, with me, I did the total opposite. Like I went to India,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't suggest it to like a lot of my friends just because like what he said. I ordered my stuff. I went for 2 weeks, and I was in charge of my outfits, Sukha's outfits, my parents, his like everyone, and
Yeah.
I only had 2 weeks to get it done. So it was the most stressful
Stressful,
2
I
weeks
bet.
Really?
I've had.
So
in
you're
my
saying you
life.
channeled your inner Sia Bridal and got it done.
I pretty much I had to. I didn't have an option because it was like you have those 2 weeks and you have no other option because really what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
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 And sometimes in those situations, you end up forcefully buying things.
Exact. And I
Yeah.
did. So that happened, right?
Yeah.
We went, especially when you have family with you that like don't really care for what's going on. I purchased a gown and like my mom gave the down, like whatever, gave the check for it. And we left the studio and I like was crying. I'm like, no, can you cancel it? I don't want that outfit. And so I ended up picking my reception outfit literally the day before my flight. And so
wow.
that's the problem, right? Like
Okay.
you buy it. So I bought my stuff in February, bought Sukha stuff in February. Same thing. I was trying to figure out what he wanted, what I wanted. And then came back, but our outfits didn't come till like May. And at that point, it was like whether or not it fit.
And when was the wedding?
Our wedding was the beginning of September. So
You know what though?
Yeah.
It almost sounds like she wouldn't be sad if it got lost
Yeah.
along the way.
luckily, I still love my outfits. I still love how I look. And it was the same thing that you said. Trends come and go. And for me, it was really just what I felt like beautiful in and what I thought I would love like 10 years down the road or 20 years down the road.
Okay.
So like that's one of the main tips and tricks that I could give is find something that you feel comfortable in. Don't worry so much about like what's like the trend or like what other girls are wearing. Like for me, especially, I didn't care for red. I didn't really want to be wearing red. So that was one thing that I really had an idea of. And then when you go shopping, maybe don't have like a vision and just go and see what works. Because like when you try stuff on it, you could go totally opposite of what you were thinking that you wanted to do. And then the same thing, like when you get your outfits, that's kind of when you can figure out your accessories. Like you really can't do anything about it until then. So.
All right, so let's ask a question here that's very important. So, VT, you said that you are working with designers here now that are back home, and so the price difference isn't much, if any at all, right?
Yes.
So, just me, when you bought these outfits from there, how much did it impact Sukha's credit card? Let's get a number. Let's get a number out there.
Can I tell the truth? It was so yeah, that's the other thing. Maybe you should have a conversation about budget. Like,
Okay.
मुंडा आज तक 3 बजे तक DJ करता है. As many of you guys know, we've seen just me their Instagram. You're into styling. I know you've worked with, I think, one of the stores. Sorry, what store was it?
Susie.
Yeah, Susie. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So we know that you're into styling.
Yeah.
So what are your tips and tricks for bride and grooms for them styling their outfits and going on from there?
Honestly, just coming from experience, when Sukha and I were gonna get married, like a week before we were, gonna get married, we had the guy who tied his bug come. I had him put on his outfit, like the jewelry,
Like a full trial?
everything, like head to toe. His sisters came, put everything on. We even like practiced where to pin his shawl and all that good stuff, and down to like sitting in your outfit, learning how to matha take in your outfit.
Practice. Sitting
John-
cross-legged.
Practice makes
Yeah,
perfect.
jonkri, yeah. And guys should actually start practicing jonkri like a year before because
Hot yoga for Gurdeep Mali.
literally. And but the same with girls, right? Like you're gonna be wearing the heaviest outfits. Like your chunni weighs like 50 pounds. Like your jewelry, everything. So you really should be learning how to matha take and sit and
Right.
how
Correct,
everything needs to be
exactly.
set.
And for the brides that are not comfortable doing this, I would suggest you guys hire a stylist. There are many stylists out there, so I would recommend you guys definitely hire a stylist. She'll make sure your outfit's on point, your dupattas are on point.
We
your
might know one.
We're not gonna drop any names.
We
but-
might have one in house.
Yeah.
Highly recommended, though. Highly recommended. You would trust me, guys. You'll come thank me after because your pictures they last a lifetime, and I'm sure you guys want your
So
pictures. to come out.
what is the benefit of having a stylist?
So what a stylist does is she makes sure your dupattas are pinned out right. It's right on your dupattas are pinned right on your head. They're styled. If you have a double dupatta, she's gonna make sure the double dupatta is styled right. And then the second thing is she's gonna make sure your flow of the lehenga is all correct. So all the can underneath is all opened up, all steamed up. And then every time you're getting your photo shot, she's gonna make sure the angle, there's no folds in the lehenga or anything like that.
So
It's all
that-
crisp and clean.
That's all the day of kind of stuff.
That's all
right?
the day of.
So what does a stylist do like before all of that?
Like, how do they compliment
Before
you while you're making the
So
outfit,
like
or when they want
you
to
as Sia Bridal, right? Where do you end and a stylist kind of take over?
So we're in charge of designing the outfit.
Okay.
So if you have any changes or whatnot, we'll make any of the changes and we'll design the outfit for you.
Cool.
We're good stylists too, but we just don't have the time for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the
I think that's where like I would come in.
that's
but-
where.
Yeah.
So then
like-
we have.
Not to
Me.
throw in a plug, guys.
We were going to drop the name, but I guess you guys know the style.
Sorry, that's where the stylist would
That's where
come
the
in.
stylist will come in. 'Cause we can't go to your wedding. We can't go to everyone's wedding.
Yeah.
And then I'll recommend you hire a stylist, and she'll take care of every little detail for you guys. And
Like accessories.
Yeah.
and
accessories.
I think, like,
and all
even
that
prior to
stuff.
that, yeah.
So
All right,
all of
we
that.
want to put you on the spot here.
Yes.
And no pressure to you, but who's your favorite stylist?
Honestly, you guys know my favorite stylist. We worked with her many times before. Jasmine over here, she's awesome. She's really good at what she does.
Got you.
If any of you brides are looking for a stylist, reach out to her. She'll make
appreciate
sure.
that.
So Varun, let's conclude this, man. I know we've talked about outfits. What else does Sia offer? So what you guys have accessories. So let's go down the list. What else do you guys offer when you walk into Sia? What do you have to offer to people?
We offer everything from bridal wear completely, from pre-bridal wear, cocktail wear, jago, maya, sangeets. Pretty much we cover everything that gets. Pretty much we take care of everything.
Anything and everything
that
that.
ha-
So
anything
all
and everything you
13
need.
events over the 6 days.
Yeah.
For
Sia
guys
has
and
you
girls.
covered.
For guys and girls, yeah. For
Awesome.
grooms and brides, we
Bridesmaids,
take care of everything.
groomsmen.
Bridesmaids, groomsmen.
All right, so now Varun, where do we find you? How do these brides and grooms contact you? And you guys do have a location, so please share that with all the people tuning in.
So I'll start with the location. So the location is 7003 Steeles Avenue West. It's in Etobicoke, unit number 1. Phone number is 647-209-2051. You could WhatsApp me or you could go on our website, siabridal.com. You can fill out a form and we'll get back to you.
Thank you, Varun, for joining us here at the Eminence headquarters. Thank you, Jasmeet. I know we'll be seeing you again. You're going to be joining us for other episodes. And once again, all of you guys listening, thanks for tuning into the Eminence Wedding Podcast.